President Obama made a sincere apology this week. We'll have the story coming up.
And several arrests were made after Italian authorities received threats against the Vatican.
During Earth Week, Chile's Calbuco volcano erupts twice, the first activity in more than 42 years. Catch that story and more next on Newscene. Hello and welcome to this edition of Newscene. I'm Janae Fulcher.
And I'm Carrie Bryant. Thank you for joining us.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of New York City. The Statue of Liberty was evacuated earlier this morning due to a bomb threat just before noon Eastern Time. The National Park Service was informed that a 911 caller made a threat to blow up the New York icon. All civilians were evacuated as the NYPD bomb squad searched the statue. About 2 hours later, the locker that reportedly contained a suspicious package was cleared. Police are currently investigating who made the threat. President Obama has apologized for a U.S. counterterrorism strike that left 2 al-Qaeda hostages and an American aid worker dead. Military drones were used in the attack near the Afghan-Pakistan border. 73-year-old American doctor Wayne Weinstein and Italian national Giovanni Laporta, both senior operatives for al-Qaeda, were killed in the raid.
Amid grief that is unimaginable, I pray that these two families will find some small measure of solace in knowing that Warren and Giovanni's legacy will endure. Their service will be remembered by the Pakistani men, women, and children whose lives they touched and made better. Their spirit will live on in the love of their families, who are in our thoughts and prayers today.
The White House will launch an investigation with lawmakers to review the strike. Multiple intelligence sources confirm the death by circumstantial evidence. No bodies have been recovered.
And Italian authorities say they've launched a vast anti-terror operation against a terrorist cell phone linked to al-Qaeda. Prosecutors say wiretaps revealed the group discussing plans to attack several targets, including the Vatican. Evidence shows some members of the terror network had direct contact with Osama bin Laden before his death in 2011. Police say some of the suspects were also involved in a market bombing in Pakistan that killed more than 300 people in 2009. A police spokesman say 18 people are expected to be arrested in the operation.
A San Diego man charged with making false statements to federal agents about his recent activities appeared before a U.S. judge Thursday and is being held without bail. 24-year-old Mohammed Saeed Holdamati was taken into custody in Rancho Bernardo after living in Syria and Turkey for the past 2 years. Holdamati is said to have lied about fighting with the terror group, firing a weapon, and knowing members of the terrorist organization. He is charged with 2 counts of making false statements in an international investigation.
And protests are growing in the wake of yet another man's death by the hands of law enforcement. The death of 25-year-old Freddie Gray has sparked marches and rallies in Baltimore as families and friends search for answers to Gray's death. 5 of the 6 officers involved have given statements regarding the incident, which shows law enforcement dragging Gray's lifeless body into a patrol van.
It appears that he passed away from a spinal cord injury, and right now we know for sure that he passed away because of injuries that he suffered while in police custody. Right. The extent of those injuries we just don't know because we don't yet have the medical records. But
an autopsy reveals Gray died from a spinal cord injury. There is no indication of how the injury occurred.
A U.S. Marshal was caught on camera grabbing and stomping a California woman's cell phone. Beatrice Paez was walking in her neighborhood when she saw a heavily armed officers suspecting a few houses down. One of the officers spotted Paez recording the events on her cell phone and charged at her. What the officer didn't know was someone else was also recording the altercation across the street. A terrified Reyes had this to say about her experience.
He dropped it on the ground, he stomped on it many times, kicked it, and then he said, "There's your phone. It's my constitutional right to film." And I was on a public sidewalk.
The U.S. Marshals Service says they are reviewing the incident.
And the identity of an Alabama student who ran away to join ISIS has been revealed. Hoda Muthana attended the University of Alabama before running away to Syria and joining ISIS. Muthana spoke to entertainment website BuzzFeed last week, claiming that her radicalization was inspired by the Muslim extremists she met over social media. The young woman tricked her parents into letting her go on a field trip, but was never seen again. She then reportedly married an ISIS fighter. The counterterrorism department claims over 25 people have been apprehended since January of this year.
The fate of the man convicted of the Boston Marathon bombings is currently in the hands of the jurors. The jury now must decide whether or not Tsarnaev will die for his crimes or spend his life in prison. On Thursday, he had to face the heartbreaking accounts of the victims. The prosecution rested later that afternoon after an attempt to convince jurors that Tsarnaev was, quote, cold-hearted and remorseless. The Boston bombings claimed 3 lives and hundreds wounded.
And 2 men from Minnesota were arrested here in San Diego after authorities foiled their plans to join the terrorist group ISIS. 21-year-olds Abdi Rahman Yassin Dad and Mohammed Abdi Hamid drove to San Diego in hopes of obtaining fake passports. Dad and Abdi Hamid planned on using those passports to cross the border into Mexico and then to fly to Syria. The 2 were part of a group that had been conspiring to join the Islamic organization for the past 10 months. The other members have since been arrested in Minnesota and are awaiting trial.
A bill that would require nearly all children in California to be vaccinated is moving forward. Under the current statute, parents are allowed to forego vaccinations based on religious or personal beliefs. The new bill would require every child to be vaccinated unless there are medical reasons not to. Under the bill, parents that do not vaccinate their children will have to homeschool their unvaccinated children. This bill comes after a measles outbreak at Disneyland where unvaccinated children caught the deadly disease.
And if you're a bike rider, there's a major recall you need to be aware about. Trek Bicycle Corp is recalling 1 million bikes in the U.S. and Canada after an injury left one rider paralyzed. The faulty quick lever release can cause wheel separation or bring the bike to a complete stop. If you have one of these bikes, you are asked to contact the company to get the bike fixed for free.
U.S. troops have been banned from entering any bars or nightclubs around the Philippines. The ban comes in the midst of a murder trial involving a U.S. Marine. Private First Class Joseph Scott Pemberton was arrested last October, a year after the body of a transgendered woman was found recovered from a motel room. U.S. and Filipino troops have kicked off a 10-day joint training, but are expected to abide by certain guidelines, including a 10 o'clock curfew.
And the U.S. Postal Service is announcing they intend to create all-electric trucks capable of launching drones. The drones may be used to deliver residents' packages. 16 companies are currently bidding for a chance to build and test the new systems. The drones will be capable of flying 50 miles per hour and can carry up to 10 pounds. And after an entire year, the Diana Gonzalez mural appears on campus. More of it coming up next.
A local organization was honored for its work in aiding lost immigrants. We'll have that and more when we come back.
And a popular Olympian reality star and father is expected to speak out on his life-altering transition tonight. We'll have the scoop after the break.
Out of my business.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was flirting with him.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, boys will be boys.
No more, I'll say something next time.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
Okay, so we drowned the fire.
Yep.
Stirred it. Drowned it again. And now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
A bloody trail leads Chula Vista authorities to the body of a 44-year-old man yesterday in Chula Vista. The victim was found lying on the walkway of a commercial building on 3rd Avenue. He was discovered by his roommate, who then notified authorities shortly before 1 a.m. Police arrived to find the man bleeding and not breathing. Officers followed a trail of blood from a local Starbucks. They believe the assault did not occur where the body was discovered. The Chula Vista Police Department is currently investigating.
And a local music festival is footing the bill after attendance caused damages at the Waterfront Park on March 14th and 15th. It was determined this week that the music promoter of the Cross Music Festival will have to pay $64,000 to fix damages. Concert goers caused significant damages to the irrigation system, turf, and signage around the waterfront.
There could be new lease restrictions on short-term rentals in San Diego. San Diego property owners came up with the idea due to the rowdy short-term tenants that cause commotion in the small beach communities like Pacific Beach. A planning group voted to limit the short-term rentals for a minimum of 30 days. However, opponents say that limiting the rentals will decrease business in the areas and also limit the income of the landlords. And despite the controversy, short-term visitors still have about 6,000 hotel rooms and timeshares to choose from. April is Sexual Violence Awareness Month. This prompted one organization on campus to get involved. Nate Holmes is here to tell us more.
Thank you, Janae. Students and faculty gathered at the MS Quad to shed light on a topic that is not often discussed openly: sexual violence awareness. The rally was put on by Visionary Feminists, a club at City College. Their goal was to not only start the conversation about sexual violence, but to once again bring attention to a memorable piece of artwork. This is the first time students and faculty are seeing the Diana Gonzalez mural on City campus in over a year. It was created to remember the life of the City College student that was killed on campus by her estranged husband. The club Visionary Feminists say the mural is one of the main reasons for this rally.
We're out here creating awareness about this because of the Diana Gonzalez art mural that we experienced some resistance in putting it up.
The mural was originally supposed to hang inside the newly built MS building, but the administration had a sudden change in its policy.
Administration thought that it was going to create a lot of controversy, and then it was going to bring people's feelings, and it was going to just be, it was going to have a negative impact on the campus.
The art mural is a symbol of how our society at large handles these topics. We tell them, to hide. We hide it, we hush it, we don't talk about it so much. And that seems to be what is happening with this art mural.
Students are now gathering signatures to help find a permanent home for the artwork on campus. In just the first hour of the Sexual Violence Awareness Rally, 70 people had already signed their name on the sheet.
City College students want this mural to be put up in Diana Gonzalez's memory.
This morning, we reached out to the school's public information officer about the school's mural policy, but have not received a response. We'll continue to keep you updated on this story. Janae, Carrie, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Nate.
Thank you, Nate. Now, a nonprofit organization that cares for young girls who are victims of human trafficking and sexual violence is calling on the community for some financial support.
Human trafficking is happening here, right in our neighborhood. It's happening in San Diego, it's happening in Tijuana. It's a global problem. The question is what we're doing about fighting against human trafficking. Red Binacional de Corazones, International Network of Heart, we need more people to join us.
Fundraising event for human trafficking is this Sunday, April 26th at the Project Pizza Pie restaurant in Eastlake. The restaurant will give 40% of the proceeds to the International Network of Hearts Foundation. Patrons are asked to download a special coupon from the organization's website in order to donate. After Sunday, 20% of all proceeds will help the foundation from Monday through Thursday.
This promotion only valid in Project Pie Eastlake, 2260 Otay Lakes Road, Chula Vista, California. A hero in the Latino community is opening up today about his struggle to help lost immigrants. Ironically, Rafael Hernandez almost died in the very same desert that claims so many other lives. Emerald Campos has his story.
A recipient of the Todos Somos Héroes Award, Rafael Hernandez talks about his nonprofit organization, Los Ángeles del Desierto, or the Desert Angels. He founded the group decades ago, hoping to help people find their loved ones who disappeared illegally crossing into the United States through Mexico.
La lluvia, igual que el sol, igual que el frío, afectan muchísimo.
These are images of the terrain. It's rugged and the temperatures are extreme. Although he relies on volunteers, it won't hold him back when there are none.
Mis muchachos no la pasan nada bien. Yo les anticipo que vamos a sufrir, vamos a ver cosas feas, vamos a lo más duro.
Hernandez and his Desert Angels have been on the same mission for 18 years now. Finally, in 2013, Hernandez was recognized for his humanitarian efforts by Estrella TV. He was flown to Miami, where he met salsa singer Olga Tañón.
Cuando la señorita Olga salió, me subió al escenario, me llamó por mi nombre, me subió al escenario y empezaron a pasar un video de una representación del rescate.
But months after appearing on live TV, the unexpected happened.
Yo tuve un ataque, nos golpearon y ahí en el desierto. Y me dejaron muy mal de mi ojo, este ojo no veía y tenía un derrame por dentro.
Miraculously, his vision was fully recovered. He's now taking flying lessons, hoping to fix up the small plane he bought with money donated from Olga. With or without a plane, this angel of the desert gives no sign of slowing down.
Porque si ya no puedo yo caminar, no pienso de ninguna forma por esa razón no seguir.
Emerald Campos, Newscene.
To donate or volunteer, contact the Desert Angels online at their website.
And the two men convicted in the thrill killing of a 21-year-old disabled man learned their fate today. Humberto Gavez and Juan Gomez will spend the rest of their lives in prison for the shooting of a 21-year-old Jordan Hickey. Prosecutors say the two men were just looking for someone to kill. On April 29, 2011, Hickey was shot to death while riding his bike. Just blocks away from his house, he died at the scene.
A group of students are starting a ballot initiative to restrict the restrooms that transgender people can use. The Personal Privacy Protection Act, as it is called, will require people to use the facilities according with their biological sex. Those who feel that their privacy is violated by a transgender person can sue the individual or the government entity for a minimum of $4,000. The act would require more than 365,000 signatures to be placed on the November 2016 ballot. And there's lots going on in the entertainment world. Elizabeth is here with the latest.
Thank you so much, Shanae. Yes, you'll definitely want to check this out. Bruce Jenner has an exclusive interview tonight with Diane Sawyer, where he is expected to formally comment on his anticipated transition to a woman. Jenner has worn many hats as an Olympian, a reality star, and as the father of 6. Now, at 65 years old, the media is saying he is transforming into what he has always wanted to be, a woman. Everyone seems to be wondering if and when he will comment on his transition. The media has suggested a transition with pictures portraying before and after gender-altering surgeries, such as an Adam's apple removal, and also he's been photographed wearing dresses. But how much of all these transgendered rumors are true? Hopefully we will all find out tonight at 9 during his interview with Diane Sawyer. And the Avengers Age of Ultron will be hitting U.S. theaters a week from today. The movie is already breaking records in Europe, Australia, Russia, and parts of Asia, where the film has been released. It has already made $45 million at the box office. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye will all appear in the very highly anticipated sequel. And back in California, the country version of Coachella called Stagecoach kicks off today in the desert. Country lovers will be getting their fill of half-pint beers, barbecue, and honky-tonk. Nashville is coming to Indio, California for the 3-day festival featuring Americana roots, bluegrass, and pop country. Headliners include Miranda Lambert, Blake Shelton, Tim McGraw, and ZZ Top. The show is sold out. And Jon Stewart's last episode of The Daily Show will be in August. What Stewart once called the perfect job has been wearing on him in the wrong way. Stewart says that he is not getting the same satisfaction that he once did. His successor is 31-year-old South African comedian Trevor Noah. This time it will give Noah a chance to fully cover the presidential race. And that's it for entertainment. I'm really looking forward to see what Noah has in store for us. How about you, Janae?
Most definitely, Elizabeth. I'm really going to miss Jon Stewart, but I'm excited to see what the new guy has in store. And you've been carrying around your umbrella. We have weather coming up next. See how long you'll have to tote that around.
And there's a lot going on in the sports world. Find out which famous coach just got fired.
Here's your story, let's begin. The world is fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could. Times are changing everywhere. Do we dream and do we dare? It's up to you. The door is open wide. Feel the rhythm of today. Learn apart.
This weekend will be your last chance to see the musical production of Grease. The drama department on San Diego City's campus has been showcasing the play for the past 2 weeks. It's made up of 19 musical numbers of the 1978 movie, including Summer Nights, Grease Lightning, and We Go Together. A 4-piece ensemble band plays the hits as the actors dance and perform the scenes of the teenage romance story. The show begins at 8 p.m. tonight and tomorrow, and Sunday at 2 p.m. Tickets are $10.
And for all you golf fans out there, the 16th annual Harry West Golf Tournament is steadily approaching. The Knights Athletic Program and Sequan Gold Resort are teaming up to host the event. There is $130 entry fee that includes 18 holes, contests, raffles, and much more. All proceeds go to the Harry West Scholarship Fund and San Diego City College. Harry West was a popular football coach, player, and professor for nearly 30 years at City College. For more information, contact Irene Mello at 619-388-3923. And now, since we're on the topic of sports, I'm going to toss on over to Angie White, who's going to fill us in with the headlights. What's up, Angie?
Thank you so much, Carrie. It's been a busy week in the world of sports. Let's start off by talking basketball in Oklahoma City. So Scott Brooks, the head coach of Oklahoma City Thunder, was cut from the team Wednesday morning. Brooks had a good 7-year run with the Thunder. He took the team to 50 wins in his first full season as head coach, which started a run of 5 consecutive playoff appearances, 3 Western Conference finals, and 1 NBA final. General manager of the Thunder said Brooks' dismissal didn't have to do with his failures, but he believes it's time to move the team in another direction. Here's what he had to say about Brooks leaving the team.
I'd like to stress again that Scott has been a great coach for the Thunder, and he's earned his rightful place in the history of this franchise.
Kevin Durant has shown a lot of remorse for Brooks leaving. The two were great friends on and off the court. Now, rumors are already circling about the Denver Nuggets picking up Brooks. Whether they do or not, it's safe to say the coach has a bright future ahead of him. And as far as the future for the Thunder, the team has expressed interest toward Chicago Bulls head coach Tom Thibodeau. Now on to some football drama. Cowboys defensive end Greg Hardy was suspended 10 games without pay on Wednesday. The football player has been in and out of controversy since last season for domestic violence with ex-girlfriend Nicole Holder. The Cowboys don't seem too stressed about picking up the slack for the first 10 games. Hardy will be out, but Hardy will be appealing the suspension, so there's a possibility he'll be in the game sooner. Once the appeal is said and done, he could be looking at a 2 to 6 game suspension. Now more basketball. The WNBA is gaining headlines, but not in a positive light. Basketball star Brittany Griner and her WNBA fiancée Gloria Johnson were both arrested for allegedly attacking each other in Phoenix on Wednesday. Police were called to Griner's home around 4:30 p.m. after receiving a call about a domestic violence dispute between the two women. The two were booked by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office for assault and disorderly conduct. The professional basketball players got engaged last August and had been planning to get married next month. No word if the wedding is still on, but talk about bridezillas. Now, the New York Mets are having an awesome season so far. They're on an 11-game winning streak and playing over 800 ball, making them the best team in the majors. Here's an awesome play from the other night against the Atlanta Braves. Check it out.
How about some more runs for him? Insurance would really help. Fly ball deep center. Lagares plays shallowly. He's on the run. Back to the infield. Still going. Oh, what a catch.
Beautiful catch. Gotta love that smile from Lagares after he made that awesome over-the-shoulder catch. Now the Mets are currently playing in the Subway Series at Yankee Stadium. If they win tonight, they'll be setting a new record for a winning streak. Now, new designs for the proposed NFL stadium in Los Angeles are in the works. The $1.7 billion joint stadium will include a tower that shoots lightning bolts when the Chargers score. The new plans were released just yesterday and has Charger fans excited for the new stadium. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to see those Thunderbolts in the new stadium.
Honestly, Angie, I'm a little sad to see our Chargers possibly go. We'll have weather coming up after the break.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Daniela Porter has our weekend forecast and updates about the Chilean volcano eruption. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We're tossing to weather. We're tossing back to weather. Daniela Porter has the latest.
Thank you. Right now we have the volcano. I'm from Chile, and this is what actually has been happening. We have a video preparing for what's happening over there, and we have some difficulty right now. We're not gonna go with the video, so let's check the map. So here we go. Oh, this is the video. So you can see there's the eruption volcano during this week, and it's the Cabulco volcano for the first time in more than 42 years. On Wednesday, create remarkable scene on smoke and ashes and chutes. So this is something that we can come back right now to our map. And here, there we go. There here, we are now on time. So you can see the weather on Seattle, we have 40, and then here go down to Los Angeles, we have 56, and they go all the way down to Houston, 71, and go to Miami on 76, and Boston, 37. So this is for tonight, and for tomorrow, we're gonna have more warmers in this area, and all the hottest to Miami, 86. And let's go and check out for tonight is 59. And this is all the temperature from no raining until Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday, we have the rain. Let's go to the desk right now with the ladies.
That's all the time we have here on Newscene. I'm Janae Fulcher.
And I'm Carrie Bryant. Have a great weekend.